Hey guys, here's Cinder. Today I'm going to be showing you tips and techniques on shading. The first technique is the multiply method. You'll want to create a new layer above all the other layers, and then select a light pink color, and you'll also want to set the layer on multiply, and then you'll just shade the areas which need shadow, like I'm doing here. Under the neck is a big one where you need shadow, and some other tips for shading is pretend like you have like a sun either on the right or left side, and depending on whether you have where you have that sun, you want shading in different places. If you want the light coming from one place or another place. I'm also going to be making a video about light too. Now these drawings aren't very good, so just bear with me. And the light is coming from the right side here, so I'm going to be shading mostly on the left side. And places where there are going to be shadow, you need to shade. So like if something is under something, you need to put shading there because it indicates that it's above something. Like here, I'm putting the shadow under the arm because the arm is above that part of the body, so you want to add a shadow there. And I didn't make a very good shadow, but I think you get what I mean. The next method is the pencil method, whatever. Now this looks better on traditional art. I'll insert a clip of some traditional art I've done with this shading method. But since I'm on digital right now, I'll just bear with it. So basically, oh my god, I realized something. I just realized I kept the layer on multiply. Oh well, we'll work with it. But I'm going to set my pencil to like a grayish color. And you want to make sure you have opacity by pressure on too. And so I'm just shading the parts I did last time. And then I'm going to use the blur tool. I didn't realize I was using the smudge tool at first, so yeah. I'll just like blur the parts that meet with the rest of the body so it looks natural. And yeah, I'll insert a clip sometime. I don't know when. And I'm just going to do the things I did before. And then I'm going to use the blur tool here in a second. Ow, I just popped my fingers. But and I'm just going to shade most of the places I did last time. Still not a very good shadow. I'm tired. I can't think right. And then hopefully I'll get the blur tool out soon and you'll see what I'm talking about. So I'm just shading everything I did last time. Shading the left side since the light is on the right. Top right. And I think I finally figured out that I was using the smudge tool. Yeah, and then I just blur it all, and I guess I forgot to add some darker shading, but I'll show you an example of this. Okay, this is not the best picture, but let's work with it. So there's darker shading, you can see there's darker and lighter shading, and when you smudge it together, it looks more realistic. And this is definitely best used for more realistic art. And that's all I have to say. On to the next example. The next method is the airbrush method, and some people don't really like this method for shading. I think it looks fine, but it's your personal preference. So with the airbrush method, you'll just get out the airbrush and pick like a grayish color, and then we'll just do the same thing as we did last time. And for the airbrush method, you can blur it like I did to make it look better, but it doesn't really matter. I actually use this method sometimes, even though I probably shouldn't. But it's just personal preference, whichever one you like better. And we're just doing the same thing we did last time. And here I'm blurring the airbrush crap all together. Okay, on to the next one. The next one I did was basically the multiply method, but without the multiply. I set it to a gray color, used the pen tool, and then I just did the same thing we used last time. And I just shaded the parts that need shaded. And you can blur this if you want to make it look more realistic, or you can keep it at it as it is if you just want it to be cartoony, I guess. But yeah, just doing the same thing as last time, just different techniques. And it doesn't matter which one you use. Maybe you like a certain one better. Doesn't matter, but yeah. Thank you for watching this video. I know I sound crappy and there's a lot of background noise. And I knew I needed to upload a video, so peace out and subscribe.